You're watching Friday Night Football Fever with Pete Byrne and Carl Deffenbaugh. Presented by TCU. The hits start now.
Good evening, everyone. Pete Byrne alongside Carl Deffenbaugh. We've been into the playoffs for a couple weeks now, Carl. This is the night the kids talk about when they're doing the off-season training and all the lifts. It's about winning sectional crowns.
Yeah, you get to raise that trophy at the end of it. We're actually going to start with a regional crown, though. That would be the #2 ranked Penn Kingsmen, who are actually at home for the first time this postseason.
That's right, and that's because Penn has already won a sectional title. They won it a week ago. Tonight, going for their third regional in 4 years, taking on Maryville.
And Penn was winning by an average of 36 points. That's tops in 6A, 7-6 early on when Camden Bone busts through the line for a 19-yard score. So that puts the Kingsmen up 8. Now the Wild Bunch defense, well, they were just out of control tonight. Pretty sure this is not exactly how the option is supposed to be run. Instead, DJ Wilkins gets dropped by Sam Hendershot. Yeah, exactly. Don't go with that option. So the Pirates were forced to punt. This is a pretty bad option as well here. Nate Miller going to make them pay on the return as he goes 39 yards down the far sideline. That would lead to another Penn score. And after that, they get the ball back again. We are still in the second quarter here when Bone drops back to pass and finds a wide-open Inoki Moala. One of our former outstanding student athletes just rumbles 56 yards as the Kingsmen go up 28-6. 42-6 was your final. #1 ranked Carmel up next for semi-state. Same matchup as last year, only this time it's going to be at Freed Field.
See if the Kingsmen can get it done next week. Tonight in 5A, LaPorte hosting Mishawaka. Pick things up in the third quarter with LaPorte leading by a touchdown, 21-14. And adding to it here, look at the great run by Charles Salary. Cashing in is Mr. Salary, 35 yards and a touchdown. LaPorte up by 14. But Mishawaka cuts the gap in the fourth quarter. Sam Schrader finishes itself, puts the ball over the goal line. It's 28-21. And Mishawaka would have a chance to tie the game late in the fourth quarter. Fourth down, Schrader looking deep. He's got a man, but it's picked off by Omi Armstrong, and that is going to seal the win for LaPorte. Slicers win it 28-21. It's the second title in school history. And, of course, you see dejection on the other end for the Cavemen. What a season they had, but it comes to an end tonight. LaPorte moving on. They will face the winner of Concord and Elkhart Central, Carl.
So let's go to that. Concord taking on Elkhart Central at home tonight. Cullen Fisher, short pass to Luke Simon. And as he does the rest for a 35-yard score, that was 7-0 Minutemen. But the Blazers would rise to that challenge. Joey Phillips, check out the cutback here. He is one of the shiftiest runners in the area for sure. 41-yard score there. And how about this? Central, 23-14 winners tonight. The first ever sectional title in program history. So the Blazers will face LaPorte next week, just like we thought, right? Elkhart Central over Concord and LaPorte over Mishawaka.
Not always how you draw it up. And congrats to Levon Johnson and his team. He took over a program that was in sore need a couple years ago. Now they've got a section championship, and I'm told they will be hosting next week at Rice Field as well. That takes us on to Class 4A right now. And what a matchup here tonight down in Plymouth between two conference champions.
Yeah, Plymouth is having really an exceptional year. Still chasing that elusive sectional title, though. They haven't won one since 2001 before John Byrne was even the coach there.
But they are undefeated. They're the Northern Lakes champs. And tonight at the Rock Pile, they hosted New Prairie, the Northern State champs, final ever Northern State champs. And New Prairie strikes first tonight on the option. Great move by Nick Brassel. Hops over a tackler, then makes a long run, then waits for another blocker, makes a move, goes 55 yards to the end zone. New Prairie up 7-0. But back comes Plymouth, and this was a game where they would trade punches left and right. Jack Barron, back to pass, hit Zach Decker for the 20-yard score. They go for 2, Plymouth up 8-7. But these two teams would swap the lead back and forth tonight. Ultimately, New Prairie lands the knockout blow. They would win it 35-37. The difference in tonight's game, a safety on an intentional grounding in the end zone. New Prairie wins the sectional. They will host Lowell next Friday night.
What a game. Well, Northridge was going for its first ever sectional championship at Leo tonight. Raiders on a 6-game winning streak. And here Northridge's Peyton Carson with a big run deep into Leo territory late in the first quarter. Now we move to the same drive, but in the second now, Northridge's Trent Brickner cashes in for 3. That's a 32-yard kick to make it 3-zip Northridge. Still in the second quarter, this is Leo's Cray Klopfenstein. Big bomb to Gunnar Brown behind the D, 38-yard score as Leo goes up 7-3 at halftime. We go to the fourth quarter. It's still 7-3. Defensive struggle here when Northridge's Carson dials up a bomb to David Welker, and 28 yards later, Northridge is in the lead, 9-7.
Now, guy's named Welker.
Amazing, all right? After they blocked the PAT, so 9-7 would be the final score. The Raiders win their first ever sectional championship. What a job Tom Wogelman has done in 2 years there. Norwell will be up next in the regionals. They'll be talking about that play.
So you've got Northridge, first ever sectional title, Elkhart Central for their first in the modern era. Now in 3A, we've got a team that's won a couple sectionals in their day. Since 1983, Jimtown has won 21 sectionals.
Just absurd. Only one school actually in the entire state has won more of them. That would be Indianapolis Chittard, home of the Martin brothers from Notre Dame.
Yeah, and it helps when you have guys like that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Tonight, Jimmy's at home at Netfield, going for number 22. We know that sign, and we've seen a lot of this there. Good defense. Peru looking deep. Nice catch. Unfortunately, that's by the DB, Gavin Geisen, picked off by Jake Grove. This game was all Jimtown right from the start. Nick Olson goes 13 yards for the touchdown. That makes it 35-0 at that point. And there would be more where that came from. Olson, another touchdown. Jimtown wins 48-0 tonight. Sectional crown number 22. That's the good news. The bad news, you've got number 1 Andrean next week in the region.
Looking forward to that. Well, in 2A, Bremen was at Woodlawn. The Lions looking for their third sectional crown in the last 4 years. That guy, maybe not so slick. We'll see. First quarter, Bremen's Grant clock out. Nifty moves on the ground there to get in. Make it 7-0 Lions. And then still in the first, it's Bremen on the ground again. This time, Ram De Palma. 35-yard touchdown as he broke that tackle to make it 14-zip Bremen. We go to the second quarter, and hey, if it keeps working, keep trying it, right? This time it's Brett Lauterbach, a short touchdown run, 21-0 Bremen, all Lions tonight as they win 35-14. They roll into regionals where they will face Rensselaer Central. And in Class A, number 1 Winnemac continues to roll 33-3 over LaVille tonight. So the Warriors will face Pioneer in the regional championship. Next week, the Panthers blanked Carroll 44-zip. Good matchup.
Yeah, so nice job by our teams in the sectional tonight, setting us up with another good week of football next week. Coming up, we've got Notre Dame hockey taking on the number 1 team in the country. Notre Dame Hoops is in action. Plus, we're not done with high school football just yet. District titles up for grabs tonight in the state of Michigan. We'll show you how Edwardsburg, Lakeshore, Cass, and Bridgman all fare. That's when we come back on Friday Night Football Field.